Do you realize how many outside systems I've gone into? How many programs I've appropriated?
With tremendous amounts of fraud and unauthorized transaction cases becoming a daily norm on the African continent, vulnerabilities are always being exploited with very little state resources funding cybersecurity sectors. Private-owned companies often fall short on the critical elements thought to be world standard.
O sistema a seguir permite aos hackers acesso móvel a ferramentas poderosas, como a hacking de rede e ignorar protocolos de autenticação ou identificação.
Asia might not have the lack of security measures and definitely secure critical systems on a daily basis. However, constant updates also open up the constant threat of vulnerabilities going undetected.
And this is just the beginning of revealing critical weaknesses and vulnerabilities to our viewers. So hold on, subscribe to our channel, and be prepared to witness real hacking methods revealed every week.
This video and its content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. HackCA, InvestXkyber, and YouTube hereby disclaim any and all liability to any party for any direct, indirect, implied, punitive, special, incidental or other consequential damages arising directly or indirectly from the misuse of the video content, and this is solely a demonstration of security vulnerabilities with the permission of all patent, domain, websites, wallets, and credit card samples of the owners involved. This video will demonstrate how we successfully manipulate real-life cryptocurrency wallets into thinking it actually received funds. Yes, this is definitely possible, as you're about to see. However, first, our digital services graduate, Monique, will go through some technical and factual points with you, just so we're all on the same page.
A blockchain is a cryptographic database maintained by a network of computers, each of which stores a copy of the most up-to-date version. A blockchain protocol is a set of rules that dictate how the computers in the network, called nodes, should verify new transactions and add them to the database. The protocol employs cryptography, game theory, and economics to create incentives for the nodes to work toward securing the network instead of attacking it for personal gain. If set up correctly, this system can make it extremely difficult and expensive to add false transactions, but relatively easy to verify valid ones. That's what's made the technology so appealing to many industries, beginning with finance. Soon to launch services from big-name institutions like Fidelity Investments and Intercontinental Exchange, the owner of the New York Stock Exchange, will start to enmesh blockchains in the existing financial system. Even central banks are now looking into using them for new digital forms of national currency. But the more complex a blockchain system is, the more ways there are to make mistakes while setting it up. Earlier this month, the company in charge of Zcash, a cryptocurrency that uses extremely complicated math to let users transact in private, revealed that it had secretly fixed a subtle cryptographic flaw accidentally baked into the protocol. An attacker could have exploited it to make unlimited counterfeit Zcash. Fortunately, no one seems to have actually done that. The protocol isn't the only thing that has to be secure. To trade cryptocurrency on your own, or run a node, you have to run a software client, which can also contain vulnerabilities. In September, developers of Bitcoin's main client, called Bitcoin Core, had to scramble to fix a bug, also in secret, that could have let attackers mint more Bitcoins than the system is supposed to allow. Still, most of the recent headline-grabbing hacks weren't attacks on the blockchains themselves, but on exchanges, the websites where people can buy, trade, and hold cryptocurrencies. And many of those heists could be blamed on poor basic security practices. That changed in January with the 51% attack against Ethereum Classic. A smart contract is a computer program that runs on a blockchain network. It can be used to automate the movement of cryptocurrency according to prescribed rules and conditions. This has many potential uses, such as facilitating real legal contracts or complicated financial transactions. Another use, the case of interest here, is to create a voting mechanism by which all the investors in a venture capital fund can collectively decide how to allocate the money. Just such a fund, called the Decentralized Autonomous Organization, DAO, was set up in 2016 using the blockchain system called Ethereum. Shortly thereafter, an attacker stole more than $60 million worth of cryptocurrency by exploiting an unforeseen flaw in a smart contract that governed the DAO. In essence, the flaw allowed the hacker to keep requesting money from accounts without the system registering that the money had already been withdrawn. As the hack illustrated, a bug in a live smart contract can create a unique sort of emergency. In traditional software, a bug can be fixed with a patch. In the blockchain world, it's not so simple. Because transactions on a blockchain cannot be undone, deploying a smart contract is a bit like launching a rocket, says Petr Senkov, a research scientist at ETH Zurich and co-founder of a smart contract security startup called Chain Security. The software cannot make a mistake. There are fixes, of a sort. Though they can't be patched, some contracts can be upgraded by deploying additional smart contracts to interact with them. Developers can also build centralized kill switches into a network to stop all activity once a hack is detected. But for users whose money has already been stolen, it will be too late. The only way to retrieve the money is, effectively, to rewrite history, to go back to the point on the blockchain before the attack happened, create a fork to a new blockchain, and have everyone on the network agree to use that one instead. That's what Ethereum's developers chose to do. Most, but not all, of the community switched to the new chain, which we now know as Ethereum. A smaller group of holdouts stuck with the original chain, which became Ethereum Classic. Last month, Senkov's team at Chain Security saved Ethereum from a possible repeat of the DAO catastrophe. Just a day before a major planned software upgrade, the company told Ethereum's lead developers that it would have the unintended consequence of leaving some contracts on the blockchain newly vulnerable to the same kind of bug that led to the DAO hack. The developers promptly postponed the upgrade and will give it another go later this month. Nevertheless, hundreds of valuable Ethereum smart contracts were already vulnerable to this so-called reentrancy bug, according to Victor Fung, co-founder and CEO of blockchain security firm Anchuin.ai. Tens of thousands of contracts may contain some other kind of vulnerability, according to research conducted last year. And the very nature of public blockchains means that if a smart contract bug exists, hackers will find it, since the source code is often visible on the blockchain. This is very different than traditional cybersecurity, says Fong, who previously worked for the cybersecurity firm FireEye. Buggy contracts, especially those holding thousands or millions of dollars, have attracted hackers just as advanced as the kind who attack banks or governments. In August, Enchain identified 5 Ethereum addresses behind an extremely sophisticated attack that exploited a contract flaw in a popular gambling game to steal $4 million.
The following vulnerability was exploited using a smartphone, custom software developed by Skyber and available to download. Simply visit www.hackset store and navigate to hacking tools.
Download links in description. We here at InvestX Skyber would like to thank you for watching this video all the way. Hit us up in the comment section below. I'll be pleased to assist you in any, and I mean any way I can.